Shout out our sponsors, GW Competitions. They run regular draws for you to win different prizes from cash to Rolexes to cars and all sorts. It's all legit and the draw is run through the Google number generator. And the prize is delivered the next day, and if it's cash, it's transferred the same day. The draws are run on Facebook Live and Instagram Live. And you got to be in it to win it.
Ayo, we made this. Ammo 7 did it again.
So we're back again, Big Ego Media Entertainment. Another big interview today. We got A1 from the 9. How are you doing today?
I'm alright.
Yeah,
calm.
how's your journey? Safe?
Calm.
Calm, okay. You're a controversial character. Would you agree with that? Or you say you're sort of painted as a controversial character?
I'll say there's two sides to a story, innit? I feel like there's an agenda behind trying to make me look bad.
Okay. But you don't add to that yourself?
No, I will say, innit, obviously 50% of that is, a bit of controversy, innit? Like, slightly my fault.
Yeah. Let's start from the very beginning then. Like, where are you from? Where was you born?
What, country-wise?
Yeah.
I'm of Nigerian descent.
Okay.
But I was born in Germany.
Whereabouts?
I think they call it Stuttgart.
Stuttgart, okay. I know the football team, that's about it.
Yeah, I think they got a football team still, but Stuttgart. And basically, I just left there when I was like very young. I'm trying to say I went primary school in England. We're talking like year 2, 3, 4.
Do you remember much about Germany at all?
How you gonna, if you went to primary school in England, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, secondary school, college, you're gonna be you may as well call yourself a British kid.
No, 100%. 100%. But like I said, I was born in Congo. I came here when I was 3. Yeah. I got vague memories as a 3-year-old. I'm trying to say, do you remember anything at all?
Do you know what it is? The only issue I'll say about Germany is the language barrier.
Yeah.
And that impacts your ability to actually remember Germany in a certain way. The best thing you probably remember as a child growing up in that country or being in that country was, probably certain locations you saw just walking around with your parents or something.
No, I hear that. I mean? So, obviously over here, what primary school did you go to?
I went Eldon.
Eldon, and that's in
Eldon Junior, yeah.
So have you lived in Edmonton all your life?
My whole life, pretty much, yeah. Grew up there.
So how was you? So was it mum and dad at home, brothers and sisters?
Yeah, it was basically as a family home. As a family home, but it weren't. How do I put it? Like we weren't exactly the richest of families and stuff. We just had like a family home and just about made ends meet, innit? Yeah.
So what do you remember about growing up? Like what were the fun things you remember doing? Was you a football man or
I was a football man. I used to play football from early, but I think when I hit about 12 years old, for me, I chose music.
Okay, from 12 years old.
Yeah, like I played football with this guy, he was Jehovah's Witness. His dad was Jehovah's Witness.
Okay.
So like, whenever I'd go to his house, his dad loved music.
Yeah.
He had a studio set up in his house and everything. And because he was Jehovah's Witness, he was super strict.
Okay.
So he'll say, yeah, you're young, you play with my son, you can come in and record some music, no swearing allowed.
Okay.
So like, he'll teach me how to actually make music.
Okay. So you sort of playing instruments or just recording?
No, like he'll sit me at the computer. He taught me how to rap.
Okay.
When I was 12 and I wanted to know how to rap, he showed me, certain grime artists, and he'll tell me, you know what? Listen to this song. I want you to go home and write me down all their lyrics, word for word, and then spit it to me like as if they were your own lyrics. And then just off of doing that, I learned how artists made their tunes and wrote their songs. And
that was a very early positive role model in your life.
Yeah, it was a very, very, very positive role model in my life at that point.
You still in contact with him?
Yeah, to an extent.
To an extent. So what about parents? How were they? Were they strict?
Parents were super strict. I'm to Nigerians.
Yeah. What tribe are you guys?
I'm from both of the tribes that don't get along.
Okay.
So Igbo and Yoruba.
Okay, I see. But your parents made it happen.
Yeah, they dream couple.
Yeah. So You said they were strict to, like, was it sort of curfews and you're not allowed to go to party?
How do I put it? Any of my friends who watched me grow up in Edmonton knew about my mum's antics.
Yeah.
Because they see man run at the house. You know what I mean? Like, they see man half dressed, just, sprinting down the road because it's long. It's just, like my mum, how do I describe it? Like, she's a caring mum, innit?
Yeah.
But she was one of those mums who, proper old school, and she never really, when it comes to culturally, like culture-wise, the same culture she was raised with, same culture she raised us with.
So traditions.
Yeah. So we're very traditional.
Okay. So what made you kind of rebel? Let's start.
Let's say
academically. How was you academically?
I was a nerd in school. Anyone who knows about me would say, "How the hell did this guy even go down that path?"
Yeah.
But I was a nerd. Don't lie. I went Bishops first, but it was a ghetto school. And anyone that watches this interview will laugh when I say it was a ghetto school because it was. Nearly 99% of the population of the school was black.
Yeah. And where was that, in Edmonton?
Literally in Enfield.
Okay.
But then obviously I went Enfield Grammar afterwards. And if you ask me, I'll say academically it probably was a better school. It was an all-boys school, it was a sports academy.
Okay.
And obviously a grammar school as well, do you know what I mean? So I thought, like, opportunity-wise, and I like sports a lot. I played a bit of rugby, played a bit of football.
Okay. And GCSE, right? You came out with good grades?
Yeah, that's the bit. So basically I got kicked out.
Okay.
Before I even got to the year groups where I should have been doing GCSEs.
So what? Tell me the story then. You're a nerd in school, but then you end up getting kicked out. How does that happen?
Put it this way, I was a nerd in school, but also a very popular kid in the area.
Yeah.
So how do I describe it? Like, when I'm like 13, 14, I got people hating on me, and they're like 19, 20.
Why are they hating?
I just made a name for myself growing up in the area. Like, I was a musician from young. Like, even in the school, I remember back then we used to do school performances and I perform at the school, have girls screaming my name back then kind of thing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was like, you're always gonna have haters, especially when you're chasing what you wanna do in life. Like, I chose music from young, I was popular because of it. I would say, there was a bit of like clout around my name regarding the area, Edmonton, but I feel like that clout was a bit misunderstood. Yeah. I feel like people just had a perception of me, which wasn't me, do you know what I mean? Yeah. And that also gave me a lot of enemies. So, like outside of school, I basically got into a bit of a altercation, which led to the school basically kicking me out.
Okay, so from an incident outside of school led to the school kicking you out? Police
contacted the school and said they had an incident outside school, and then the school called my parents in for a meeting and kicked me out. But I will say one thing, they need this one thing. They definitely need to change in Britain. Yeah, stop kicking people out of school for every little dumb little thing you can do. No matter how bad they misbehave as a child, they're a child. They're young. Yeah. If I'll say it from my personal experience. Would I have gone down some of the roads I went down in life if my school gave me another chance and said, you know what, just stay in school? No, I wouldn't. I went to Enfield Grammar School. Majority of my friends are football players now. You know what I'm saying? I can name them, but that'd just be clout chasing. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? They play football, some of them semi-pro, some of them professionally. Yeah. And that to me is inspirational. Like, I look at my friends like, oh, look what he's doing. He's doing well. Like, geez. I big them up as well. But then that inspires me to say, you know what, if I went to school with these people and look what they can achieve, I got to achieve something as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, so when you got kicked out of school, did you go centre?
Yeah, I went to a centre, and then I think something happened at the centre where we just stopped. Like, I think you got kicked out of that. A few of my friends, and I did private tuition. Okay. So it was like.
So mum was trying to do her best just to keep it going.
Yeah, my mum, like, but I won't say it was like, they never paid for it now. Yeah. Like the council did. The council basically said, you know what, if he's not going to approve, we still want to educate him, so we'll privately tutor him, and they actually did it for me. So I did private tuition.
So when was it then that you was in the Nine Boys? And how did that come about?
I just want to basically clarify something. Yeah. See, as far as Nine Boys goes, there's a misunderstanding for the police. Yeah. There's a music group. Mm-hmm. So there's like Nine Boys Music Group. Yeah. And the reason why we call it Nine Boys Music Group is because we all originated from the area of Edmonton. Yeah. However, the police are to suit their agenda, trying to slander that name and that title with, I don't know, like vulgarity, trying to say like, it's gang involved.
Was there no criminality at all though?
Put it this way, how do I say it? Look, what we was doing like what I was doing was music.
Yeah.
I've always said it. You know, police have always come to me and said, yeah, we think you're in a gang. I always say I'm not in a gang. They go as far to try and say you're a DA, them Africans gang member. And if you ask me, I think that's racism. You're basically saying anything African that comes out of Edmonton, DA, them Africans.
I mean, them Africans being from back in the day.
Exactly. So you're basically going to 18 and 16-year-old boys today, I swear, and saying, yeah, you're DA. And so what it is they're setting up all this database and intelligence on people saying they're this gang, that gang, and none of it's factual.
Yeah.
But they're doing it to suit their agendas. Because if you're targeting a person, arrested them well over 40 times, but they're just a normal member of the public, then it's harassment. It looks like the police are doing something wrong. Yeah. But if the police can label that person publicly and say, you know what, they're a gang member, then that harassment seems a bit more justified.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I mean, what was your first arrest?
Little alcohol, kitchen knife.
I mean, what made you want to carry a kitchen knife?
It wasn't even me. I pleaded guilty.
Okay.
I had two friends of mine having a fight in the park. One of them is dead now. But basically, they had a fight in the park and I wanted them to have a fist fight. Yeah. They basically, and knives were brought to the park for the fight. Okay. So I was a person of influence, a person who people actually respected my word. So especially as a schoolboy. So I took the knife with them. I let them have the little fist fight. During the fist fight going on, the police ran into the park. I've got a knife in my hand. I've gone, oop, chucked it. Officer said, I just saw you chuck it. I said, you know what? First time I've ever been arrested. I don't know how this works. It's mine. Oh yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna snitch and say I took it off him. Yeah, it's just mine. And that was it. And I got youth offended.
And what did your mum say?
Mum was devastated, but she knew, she knew the kind of brain I had on my shoulders. There's people out here that you can kind of tell by the way they talk and come across.
I'll be honest, you come across very well spoken. Like you articulate yourself very well. So you don't come like just someone who's
everyday road man. I know. But the truth about it is this year, I think it's a thing of like the pressure. I feel like the pressure from my parents is what kind of made me like this. Yeah. I ain't got parents who just sit back and say, yeah, do what you want with your life. No, I've got parents that are very much involved in every aspect of my life. Like they genuinely want to see me succeed. Do you know what I mean? And that's probably what pushes me like this. I study a lot for a person who didn't actually go ahead and get GCSEs. You know what I mean? I probably will in the future go back and get some sort of qualification. I
definitely recommend Open University. If you ever want to do that, I've done that, so definitely recommend that.
I probably will do it at some point. Go back and get some sort of like qualifications. Just to say I did it.
So who was you kind of listening to music-wise?
Growing up,
12. I know you said that the role model was making you listen to grime, but is that
the music? You know what's so funny? I'm about to say someone and you lot are gonna bust up. Yeah. I listened to Skepta growing up.
Okay, wow.
As funny as it is. I did. I ain't gonna lie.
Was your favorite artist at the time?
I won't say he's my favorite artist. No, I won't go that far. I'll say I listen to his music. My man's Nigerian. I'm Nigerian. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So as a black Nigerian boy growing up in North London, and seeing certain people do things, you're gonna look up to it. You're gonna be like, rah, is that what man are doing? Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna go as far as saying wow, like, do you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying I listen to Skepta, I listen to people like Gunna D, and back then.
So was it grime or hip hop? Or both at the time?
I never, you see when it comes to grime, I won't even say I listen to grime like that. I'm capping slightly because I did, but I wasn't a grime guy. I was a guy who sat in front of Channel AKA. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like whatever was on my TV after school, from N-Dubs to Look What the Cat Dragged In, to I was listening to. And that's what influenced me to become a musician basically. So I'd say Gigs, Skepta, there's people, even Tiny Temper,
Do you remember your first rap, like that you personally wrote your own lyrics?
Yeah.
You remember that?
I do, but I don't want to spit.
Just one line, give us a line, at least a line.
It's got some bars in it that can get man cancelled.
Okay, wow. Okay, maybe not.
It was all right in secondary school in year 7. It's not all right now, though.
Yeah, let's probably not then. So, I mean, when you're listening to these people, then are you thinking as a collective, like you said, the 9 Boys were sort of a music collection. Like, guys, let's start making music. What about in your local area of sort of Edmonton? Was there anyone that you were sort of like, he's a standout artist at the time?
Who would I say? I'd say, you know what it is? I'd say Bush Obama.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to Bush Obama. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll say he was an inspiration to man on the basis that he was one of the first people to take me to a studio.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He took me to the side when I was quite young. He said, "You're talented, bro. I want you in a booth." Took man to the studio. And we was in the studio, you know, like a few days back to back, just making songs and chilling and vibes in. So I'll say, yeah, Bush in Edmonton was a huge influence for me. You can even hear it a bit in my music. I'm always screaming 2 G's in the ad-lib.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Other than that, I'll say 016 in Edmonton, I was getting the most views.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get to that.
Like 016 back then, I won't say I weren't influenced. I was influenced by a bunch of artists, yeah, but it was more like the ones that at that time were successful.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of artists that are now successful. Do you know what I mean? And back then we was all trying to get successful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, let's quickly go back. So after you left school, you went to you didn't bother with college.
No, I did. I went Lambeth. I forced myself.
You went Lambeth, so you went all this Lambeth?
I went into the City and Guilds course at Lambeth, literally, but I never finished that either because at that point it was a bit too late. I'd put out videos. So imagine I'm on Pac-Man TV or
and people are
or Link Up, and I'm in college now, and then there's girls walking into my class like, my part.
Oh, let's put that phone on silent.
1 second. Yeah, cool. But basically, I got girls walking into my class saying stuff like, "Oh, you're right, hey," and the whole thing just put me off.
Yeah.
I even had an argument in college with some girl. I even remember her name because she tried to talk to me or something. She's South, spooky, but
nah, South's the place, man.
South spooky. But basically, it's like this girl tried to talk to me. I said, "Nah, like, I come to study. Do you know who my brother is?" Bare threats getting set my way. I said, forget this, Cody. I'm just gonna come here and go jail. I come here to study. Like, forget this. So I mean,
South London's got a perception, but it's just like anywhere else.
It's not, man. You know what I mean? South sick, like they got something else in the water, man. There's something in the water, serious.
I hear you. So, like you said, so let's fast forward then. Let's see, done the course. So 2016.
Yeah.
I guess the drill movement is. Were you looking at Chicago at the time, or you just started listening to
I recall. You see that tune, that Up Niggas I put out. Yeah, I wrote that when I was like 14.
Okay.
I remember chilling in East London and Beckton with Young Diz.
Yeah.
Like literally, and a bunch of man. And this is when I first started doing music with Young Diz. My first ever video was with Young Diz as well. Yeah. And I remember spitting that to me, like, bro, that's hard. But I never even recorded it and done a video to it until like 2 years later.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like I had that written down for years and just said, I don't know, maybe I'm just sounding a bit too, how do I say it, drill, Chicago-y.
Yeah.
Because at the time, that's where those bars were influenced from, you know? So, but then as time went by, I clocked like, hold on a minute, why am I worried about being influenced? Bro, the whole game's about to get influenced. Like, pre this shit I was going on, and I said, I might as well start dropping shit.
So would you say that was the Tottenham diss? Would you say?
Well, Up Niggas?
Yeah.
I won't say it was a Tottenham diss, yeah.
What would you call it?
I'll say, do you know what it is, yeah, Paul? We got the huge issue of this music thing and the police here, that what it is, well, they love for it to be called this because it suits their narrative, it suits their agenda. I'll say it how it is, yeah. Let me just say it how it is. Negativity sells.
Yeah.
Yeah? When Rihanna makes a music video, showing off her beauty to the world, right? And showing off, like, how do I say it? Her femininity. Yeah. That's the right word. To the world. She could do it sitting there in a top, with everything covered up and just sit there. And guess what? She's beautiful enough for that song still to sell. Her voice is still beautiful enough for that song still to sell. But that's not what happens now, is it? Those videos are done in a way that they grab everyone's attention. Yeah. If you ask a religious person about some of these videos, they'll say, oh, they're negative, they don't believe in God. You know what I'm trying to say kind of thing. So it's like, but the sad reality is the thing that a lot of members of the public think is negative is what sells. Yeah. Negativity sells. Like sex sells in the music industry.
Controversy sells.
Controversy sells in the music industry. Beef sells in the music industry. Big time. Like we're talking about beef really does sell in the music industry. We can go from Tupac and Biggie days to now. And
funny you say that because, for example, now, like you said that it's not a diss song.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not a diss song. It's like what Chip. It's like what Chip and Stormzy do. If Stormzy would have given him a reply.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's like it's basically like.
But there's levels of respect, though. In terms, there's level of disrespect you can say when you say certain things compared
Have you heard the wait? Have you heard the Wiley and the Stormzy back to back? Have you heard the your mum this, your mum that get thrown about?
No, 100%.
But when we do it, it's a step too far.
But what I'll say is this: Stormzy and Wiley are not about to kill each other.
We're not about to kill each other either.
But it happens with the people, not you per se. I say it happens with the people in that sort of area.
Yeah, but you know what it is. But you can't just say.
Remember, I'm not blaming you. I'm just saying.
No, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. You're 100% right. But the truth about it is this: if you listen to music and you let it influence you to the point where you feel like you got to go out there and do something, that's not the artist's fault. You need help. You generally need to go sit down, psychiatric or something, and just sort it out. Because the reality about it is this is music. Like, what about LL Cool J?
Yeah.
I'm gonna knock you out. Mama said knock you out. What did everyone start going out the next day and start knocking people out? No. So it's music, right?
I hear that. But
if I made a song rapping about put down the knives, put down the guns,
no one's gonna listen to.
You think my stuff's gonna sell? You think my music's going anywhere? Of course not.
But that's what I'm saying. Because I got artists called triplets, right?
Yeah.
And they're just good kids. They're 15-year-olds, good kids. They're not into roll. They're not into. But it's a harder sell than someone if there was 3 triplets who put in the work.
Talking, I done this, I mashed that work. Exactly. And that's the sad reality about the industry. So you see what I meant by negativity sells.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Is that something that you thought, okay, cool.
I capitalize.
I've not got real issues with people from Tottenham, but I'm gonna capitalize on this situation too.
Exactly that. To me, it was more like but I went to school with some of these people, man. Like, we all grew up together and that, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, a lot of them are my friends from when I was young. A lot of them are people I used to just have fights with on the bus. We're all from the local area. We know each other. So it weren't beef to begin with. It never was. I used to live in Tottenham. You know what I'm saying? I just say it how it is. I made music. I got views. Majority of North London started hating on, man. Like, why is this kid, you know what I'm saying, doing the things he's doing?
But I mean, you know why? If you're going to someone else's area and you're making videos there and you're disrespecting and say, even though you know it's for music, they're looking at it like, raw. Why is Mama's doing that? So they're gonna say we have to kind of teach him a lesson, right?
Alright, cool. But let me say something now. This is the music industry. Right? There's no specific rules which have been written down to say follow this and follow this and follow this to succeed. No. So if I've pre the music industry and I've seen it and I said, you know what, there's a million rappers trying to blow right now, and guess what, they're just not. And you know why they're not blowing? Because they all seem to be following the same damn blueprint. The whole, act cool, don't talk a lot, be quiet. Like, there's certain man that would have come to this interview now and said, no, I'm saying, obviously it's a sticky situation. Like, they would have come here and started acting like they're bored or can't be asked to do the interview, which is weird, because why even come to do the interview if you're going to sit there and start going, this is sticky, man.
You're throwing shots there.
You know, I'm not throwing shots, I'm just saying, you know how it goes.
Shots.
You know how it goes. But basically, it's not beef. Songs like that are not diss songs. Songs like that are basically, how do I describe it? You know when you listen to, how do I say it? Like, basically, this is rap battles without a platform. Basically, like, if there was a platform now where these people that people think we have so much beef with were allowed to come on with a mic, and we was allowed to come on with a mic and just go head to head, you would do that.
So you're saying that you treat the rap industry as a bit like wrestling, so it's all
competition,
entertainment.
Yes. Yeah. That's all it, like, I could make a normal song this year, drill rapping, with a drill BPM. It might get views, it might not. Put some controversy behind it about automatically gonna get views. So you see what it is with the police, and them targeting drill saying that it incites violence. That's just a lie. Let's just be factual. Violence was happening before drill even was a thing. Are you trying to say people weren't getting stabbed and shot all over the UK before drill even became a genre in the UK? The only reason police are trying to like drag drill under the umbrella to say it's the cause for all the violence and everything, because it suits their agenda.
But you're right. I mean, they've been saying this from hip hop, from grime, from we can never blame music.
It makes me think though. You see, if my name, like, you know, I got rest in peace to my boy Kevin Wilson. He's Scottish. White, you know what I'm saying? He's white. You know what I'm saying? And he was my dog. Like, the guy used to come to my house. We'd be sitting down in the living room. You know what I'm saying? He'll be eating okra soup with his fingers. And I'd literally be looking at man like, bro, is that your eating? You know what I'm saying? But that's my bro. So one thing we used to talk about from back then when I used to get targeted, like, bro, see if I look like you, bro, and I made music like heavy metal, talking the maddest of the crowd, do you think I'd go through half of the targeting that man goes through and the rappers go through? And you know what the answer to that is? I wouldn't. So it's nothing to do with the music. That's the narrative that people are creating to justify how they want to target the genre. It's nothing to do with, I'll tell you what it's really to do with, It's to do with making money, right? Now, you see if I'm on a street corner somewhere selling drugs, I'm doing exactly what the police want me to be doing. You know why? They want me in prison. They want to lock me up and throw away the key. But if I'm making music, that means I'm in a studio environment. It means I'm 9 times out of 10 in a place where they can't even touch me, let alone know where I am or see me. They hate that, right? If I'm doing music, it means my income is legitimate. It means I pay tax. You know, they hate that. They don't want you paying tax. They don't want your money clean. They want it dirty. This is what I call it. I call it subliminal systematic entrapment. Because it's like, they see a person with talent like myself get 1 million views on YouTube, and then you put all the extra focus on targeting this young individual's career, like, and targeting him and giving him all like, there's people out there doing way worse, making way more money. They're not getting arrested. But just because this guy's you know what I'm saying, a black youth from that area rapping, doing what he is with a bit of views behind him, police, so all attention goes on him now. So what does that tell me? So it's like, every time somebody like me gets a way out, they try and shut the door. It's nothing to do with, we're protecting the public from drill and rare. That's absolute, like, it's when it suits them, because when there's a heavy metal artist on stage talk about drink blood and we love the devil, you know what I'm saying? All this weird shit. I ain't hearing that same energy, so just allow it with drill. Reality about it, it's music. It's music. How many drill rappers you know are in prison for murder right now? How many guys you know have gotten in the booth, spoke whatever grease they wanted to speak, and the next day they're in prison for murder? In London.
Not too many.
Probably 1% out of the 99%, but they want to treat every drill rapper like, because you talk like that, we need to watch you. No, let's just be honest, it fits their agenda. And their agenda is, if drill came from if drill was created in Ireland and started in Ireland, for example, or in Scotland, and it was about a bunch of, you know what I'm saying, a bunch of people like my boy Kevin, like white people, for example, drill rapping, you know, and they spoke about some of the things they got to in their day-to-day life. Don't be surprised if they were treated like heroes, or looked at like heroically for their actions. I think the issue isn't what we're rapping about and the way we rap about it. I think the issue is who we are. The issue is the people behind who's rapping about it and our identity. Do you know what I mean? Because the honest reality about it is this, If you look at most of these rappers, they have their phase. You do the negative, like every rapper has it. You go through that negative phase, you get more mature, you grow up. And as you get older, you fix up more. Would you say you're at that mature stage now? Do I sound like I'm at that mature stage now? I don't know. You could be spitting lyrics. You could be spitting lyrics. Because the reason why I'll say we'll get into it. Why I might say you may spit a good game or be mature, and where you could still show a bit of your immaturity sometimes. But we'll get into that. So it gets to a point now where you're one of the leading packs of the drill scene that's emerging in the UK. You're getting all these views. At this point, how are you feeling in terms of the success? You're thinking, I'm gonna be. This is it now. I was thinking, for me, I was just thinking. You see, I've always been a person who's generally thought seriously. I've always thought about my career. It's never been a thing of like. It's never been a thing of like. How do I say it? Like the buzz getting to man's head or man thinking, right, look where we are now. Like this. It's always been a thing of career. I've always thought numbers, more numbers and more numbers. That's always been what I thought about from young. Do you know what I mean? So cool, we got views back then. But you see back then when drill started, remember like I was dropping up niggas. A lot of people watch my videos back then, see a guy with a beard and forget how young I actually was. I'm all 15, 16 in these videos. Do you know what I mean? So I don't even know that shit is worth any money. To me, I just know I done it. All I know is I just done a video on a block, you know what I'm saying? And put it out there and it's getting numbers. I didn't know about the money side of any of that. Do you know what I mean? It was after I went to prison, you know, and came out. They done a music course in Felton. And like I went to it every day, didn't miss a single session, and she explained to me like all the little rules and regulations and the law behind it. Like there's a lot of money behind it. Like you can't record in anyone's random studio because then they have the rights to your royalties and all these. And that's when I clocked like, right, there's a lot of money in this thing.
But why did you go back to prison at that point?
No, that was the first time I went to prison.
Okay.
But literally the first time I went to prison was the first time they tried to deport me. It wasn't like I went to prison, went back in, went to prison, went back in. But the first time I ever went to prison, they tried to deport me.
And what did you go to prison for at the time?
Possession of a bladed article, so possession of a kitchen knife.
Okay. So, I mean, while you're in there, you're thinking, okay, I'm making this music, I'm getting a bit of a buzz. And you're thinking, oh, fucking hell, I'm wasting my talent being in here.
Yeah.
And how are you feeling when you're seeing the industry's growing at this point that when you're in jail?
Cool, I'll say exactly how it felt. So I went to prison. I'm 18, turning 19 at this point in my career.
Yeah.
Like I'm in prison and I'm speaking to my girls, speaking to everyone, saying like, yeah, get ready to come home. Gone to the reception. My bag's packed. I'm gassed. I'm telling you, you know you're leaving jail, getting everyone's number like, yo, my killie, I'm home, my nigga, love. Gone to reception. I'm like, yeah, my family's outside. Can I go home? They're like, yeah, you're not going home. I was like, why? Like, you was born in Germany, bruv. Between me and you, I couldn't even put in words how I can't even put in words what I wanted to do. Like, I just had to swallow my pride. You know, I said, boom. But yeah, I spent a year on top of my release date in prison.
Were they put you in immigration or in
They kept you in prison. This is called immigration hold. So the minute they don't let you go home, they keep you on something called immigration hold, and then you spend a year on top of your not mandatory. Most people spend a few weeks.
Yeah.
But the way the system's set up here is like, I don't know. There's so much lack of information given to people when they're in that predicament here, where you will probably end up spending somewhere near to a year just sitting somewhere in a prison or in a detention center or whatever.
And what was you sort of trying to do to speak to your legal team? With your parents?
I was speaking to legal teams. But the thing about it is, this is another thing as well. Proper corrupt. There's legal aid for criminal law. Yeah. You can get arrested today, and when you go to the police station, you'll have legal aid. With immigration law, there's no legal aid. You got to pay for every inch of representation you get. So for a guy who's just spent the last 2 years in prison, from the age of 17 to 19, if you ain't got no family structure outside that prison who's actually saying, no, you're one of us, we'll fund you, you're fucked. You know what I'm saying? So, obviously my parents came through for me at the time, funded my appeal.
What were they saying? You're telling them, look,
I'll tell you exactly.
I don't live in Germany. My parents are all here. I don't know no one in Germany. They're still saying go.
It wasn't nothing to do with the law. Yeah. What they done to me, I'll say it now and I'll say it forever. It was illegal. Yeah. What really happened was police abusing the power which has been given to them. You see, like the Windrush scandal. Yeah. That's not 10% of the scandal. That's just the scandal that managed to slip out. Yeah. Right? There's people that contact the news on a regular basis like, this is what's going on. You think the news reports on it? That one there ends up under the carpet. Why? Because it affects a lot of agendas. Yeah. And that's another subject that man's not even going to go into. Do you know what I mean, kind of thing? But that's what's going on. And like with me, it wasn't legal. It was basically as simple as this. They're saying, okay, there's immigration law. And by law, if you get a sentence over 12 months, you're eligible for deportation. You can be deported. However, as a European citizen who's been in this country for longer than 10 years, I could have had a British passport by now. Yeah. In other words, forget talking about immigration and deportation. Where's my British passport? Yeah. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? What's the point of me having a mum and dad who both contribute to the British tax system if their child's going to be treated like an alien? Yeah. Do you know why you pay tax? For security of yourself, your health, your children's health and your children's security. Yeah. How would you feel if you paid tax to a system which treated your children, if you have any children, I don't know. If they treated your children like aliens, you'd feel like you're being robbed. So that's exactly what it was. It was a thing where it weren't to do with them trying to say I was a risk to the public. They're trying to justify it by saying he's dangerous to the public. I've been in the public the last 2 years. Who's died? Who's been hurt? What's happened? You know what I'm saying? I just live my life. I make music. Like what it was, there was an officer from Enfield, next to Lianos, DC next to Lianos. he's probably gonna watch this and say, this guy remembers my name. I do remember you lot's name. As much as you lot think you keep harassing, man, I read you lot's names, I do my research.
Yeah.
Basically, he came to prison, sat me down in the visit hall with my solicitor there, and he tried to give me a music ban.
Yeah.
Sat me down. They had all my lyrics printed out from all my songs.
Yeah.
He said, we're here to give you a music ban for inciting violence, blah, blah, blah. I said, you lot are mad. Wow, what violence am I inciting in my songs? I'm not actually inciting any violence in my songs. Like, if you want to be factual, I'm not actually inciting violence in my songs. Yeah. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, come on, man, it's music. When LL Cool J says, mama says knock you out, is that inciting violence? When Stormzy says, you're getting way too big for your boots, your face ain't big for my boot, kick up the U. Charted to #1 in England. Yeah. So if I'm hearing Stormzy say that and I'm following his blueprint to success, why am I being harassed for it? Do you get it? So that's what I said. And they dropped it. They said NFA. They just said, you know what? Obviously, I went no comment. Yeah. But the prepared statement was basically, this is what musicians do. Yeah. It's music, freedom of speech, and they dropped it. I said a little cheeky comment to the officer. I said to him, like, you lot are just harassing me and targeting me, what, because of music? Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, is this it? Like, you lot should be trying to support my music. You lot should be wanting for me to do music. So I'm out of your hair, out of your area. So it seems to me like you know that I can go far in life and you don't want me at the area. You want me on the block. You want me on the street corner where you can still play with me. You can still manipulate the outcome of my future. And you don't like the fact that I'm choosing music, which is something which the police can't really manipulate. It's something that the police can't really manipulate. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it was. It was like in the main goal for them was manipulating the music. It was just to manipulate my career to the point where I can't put out certain songs, can't say certain lyrics. That's what it was about. So when my release date came, they're like, yeah, your guy in Germany, or they're trying to put me in Germany. I said, what? Then I done my research about why the Home Office was actually trying to do it. There's something called Operation Nexus. Yeah. Now what Operation Nexus is a few years ago, Theresa May basically started an initiative for this, you know, like the whole hostile environment thing that she was talking about on the news, basically. And a part of that was this Operation Nexus thing. It's like an initiative between the police and Home Office officials, or officers basically getting together to call it Operation Nexus. Yeah. However, the power that's being given to these officers through this operation is being abused. Okay. The reason why I say that is what officers are doing is anybody they don't like. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, so it's not even about...
It's not even about your risk to the public. It's about, oh, I don't like you. Watch what I do on your file. Yeah. Watch what phone calls I get done to the Home Office about you. You get what I'm trying to say? Yeah. And the next thing you know, you've got the Home Office breathing down your neck saying you're a risk to the public. They want to deport you, but that don't make no sense. You have to remember, when I was caught with that knife, I wasn't even an adult. Yeah. I was 17 years of age. You gave me 2 year sentence. You gave me a 2 year sentence for a kitchen knife. Let's be factual. Like there's people like Jay Huss. I listen to Jay Huss. The guy, he gets bagged with shanks on the regs. He's hard. You know what I'm saying though? But he's probably been bagged with shanks about what, 4 times? What's the worst he probably got for a sentence? 8 months, do 4. Yeah. And he's an adult when he gets arrested. So how's, you know what I'm saying, Huss getting 8 months, do 4 for a kitchen knife. And then A1, when he's 17, is getting 2 years, do 1. How's that Whamhead, I'm not even gonna say his name. People know who I'm talking about when I say Whamhead, you know what I'm saying, kind of thing. But he went to prison recently, you know what I'm saying? 3rd time or whatever getting caught with a knife. How long did he do? He couldn't even do a month in his local prison. He done 3 months. Came out, done. Do you understand what I'm saying? When I get arrested with a kitchen knife, 2 year sentence, I do the whole year. My release date comes up. Immigration, I'm immigration hold now for a whole year. I'm watching rapists and attempted murderers, people with firearms, people who committed far worse offences than me go home right before my very eyes. For what? Just because I was born in Germany. What was I supposed to do? Knock on the inside of my mum's belly, say, hey, don't let me out here.
So when they actually finally say, when they finally say, okay, cool, you're going to Germany, it's happening. Yeah.
That's not what happened. That's not what happened. What happened is I paid for an appeal. Yeah. So how the law works is you see a judge. Yeah. The judge says this is legal. what the Home Office is saying, or this is illegal.
Yeah.
And if it's illegal, you're not being deported. If it's legal, then you are being deported.
Yeah.
What they done with me was scandalous. It's something called deport first, appeal later.
Okay, wow.
So they took me at the age of 19, tied me in something which is, I call it a monkey suit. So it's like they tie your hands in it and they put it close to your body like this basically, so you can't move your hands, can't move your legs. I basically call it like a monkey suit, like a restraint jacket. And they force you on a plane, and then he just left me in Germany. He just literally flew me to Berlin. I was 19, and said, "Yeah, run along, do one."
I mean, when you're in Germany now, where did you go? Where did you end up going?
If you tomorrow was dragged on a plane and randomly taken to North Korea because you was born there, but you left the country when in year 2 or year 3, or where would you go?
I'll be saying embassy. Anyone know
You're
embassy?
gonna be homeless when you come off that plane.
Yeah.
That's the first fact. You're also not gonna speak the language. I mean, German? Do you know what I'm trying to say? I just went to primary school, secondary, college, and you expect me to speak German? Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, yo, don't get me wrong. At the time, yeah, for me to learn German, you know what I'm trying to say, it was like, for me to... Sorry.
Okay, sorry, go on, yeah.
But for me to basically speak German at that moment in time was a bit like, it was a difficulty. Like, you could have put me in Japan, it would have been the same experience.
Yeah.
I would speak Japanese. I don't have family in Japan. I don't, like, coming out that plane, I didn't know where I was gonna sleep. I was just 19, I went to the police station in the airport saying, where am I going to sleep?
Yeah.
I mean, I've just been, you know what the police said? The police said, no English. Go. And that was it.
So where did you go?
I was walking around the airport for like, say about an hour, literally just thinking, what the hell? Like, I ain't even got my passport. I need some more money. Like, they left my passport in England. You know, you need your passport, your passport as ID to get money sent over or whatever. So my passport was in England. I couldn't even use that to get money sent in. So I just see a guy at the airport. You know, he saw me sat there stressed, and like, I was quiet. And he said to me, "Man, you seem stressed out. You're right." I said, "Yeah, like, how come you speak English?" He goes, "Few people speak English down here." I said, "Right, they do." I said, "Yeah." He said, "They're hard to find, but there's a few." You know what I'm saying? So I was like, "Cool." He goes, "What are you doing anyway?" He's like, where you from? What are you doing? I said, "I've just been deported here. I literally just come off the plane. I was handcuffed and everything, and they just left me here." He said, "How old are you?" I said, "I'm 19. He said, "So where are you going now?" I said, "I don't know." So that my mum, dad, my little brothers, my sister, they're all in England. I don't know what I'm meant to be doing here. I don't know how this has happened, but I'm just gonna have to, I don't know, wait till tomorrow or something, or make the right phone calls. I don't know. The thing is, obviously, I had legal teams who was dealing with this. Believe you me, we're living in a time where if they really want to deal, if the police, right, and the Home Office really want to deal with you, they'll manipulate your legal team. Yeah. They will make the necessary phone calls behind closed doors, which will make your legal team, do you get what I'm trying to say? Go the other direction, if you know what I'm trying to say to you, though. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But they manipulate legal teams still. So imagine, like, I've come back from I spent a whole year in Germany, basically.
Where would you stay in, and how would you?
Like, I'll be honest with you, I remember this day vividly, yeah, because I was on the phone. Like, I remember. So I went to the festival for the first week. Yeah. This guy was at the airport. He said, "Where are you going?" He said, I said, "I don't know where I'm going." He said, "I work at a festival. I'm at the airport to pick up a rock and roll band. Yeah. If you want, you can tag along. Maybe there might be a tent at the festival, or something you could probably get your head down in tonight, or there's even artist rooms." So he took me back to the festival. The festival was called Fusion. Okay. The biggest techno festival in the world. Like, I think there was like 80,000 people there. It was huge. You know what I'm saying? But like, I've gone there and I'm thinking, wow, I ain't got money for food. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, this is mad. You know what I'm saying? So then he's taking me to his manager and said, "This guy is young, 19, he makes music, he's been deported there." You know what I'm saying? His manager said, "Raw, show me some of your music." I showed him some of my videos. He said, "That's talented, like, it's hard. Like, why are you here though? Like, you're young, what's happened?" I showed him, like, because of my music and because they want to sabotage me, that's why they put me here. He said, "How can I help?" I said, "I just need a place to put my head down for a few days or a day, if just even a night." Yeah. He said, "You know what? I'll do you a deal. You know, festivals, they had like 60, 70 stages. Yeah. He said, go find one of the smallest stages and do a little performance. Yeah. And in return, I'll give you a place to sleep and free food for the whole festival." Imagine. So they gave me like these leaflets where every time you go to a food shop, you just break one off.
Okay.
Give it to them and they give you food. So I spent the whole week, like, I enjoyed myself still. My first week
That's mad.
was a festival, you know what I'm saying?
That's mad.
And then like festival done after the week. So now reality kicks in again.
Yeah.
Where you going? Where you gonna sleep? Going back to the train station. I remember at festival, there's no connection at the phone, you know?
Yeah.
So like, my mum's in England, international minutes, belling me off. Where is he? Where's my son? Is he alive? I swear, phoning the police, the Home Office, like, I will deal with you. Like, if I don't hear from him, like, you know what I'm saying? And then I phoned her, like, he's like, where are you? It was late. I remember I was in Berlin, the center of Berlin, the train station, sitting on the stairs, you know? And I phoned my mum. My mum said, where are you gonna sleep tonight? I said, don't worry about me, my man. I'm with some girl. She's very pretty. She likes me. She's got a hotel and her own place. She wants me to stay with her, man. Don't worry about it.
So you're just gassing us.
Facts, like the reality about it is I was sitting on some staircase in Berlin, outside the train station with no clue where the hell I was gonna go sleep. The facts are I had to do things out of my comfort zone to survive. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
And yeah, that was pretty much it. So you know what it is? People will look at the way I act and say, why is he like that? Why is he always so controversial? You know why? Because the world tried to chew me up and spit me out. I climbed back into the world's mouth and said, how dare you?